Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trex again. This is a little bit off top. Well, not really off topic, but I'm going to talk about the new DLC that was announced at SOE Live this past weekend. It's called Home Turf. This is DLC 6. It is apparently it might become should be launching early 2013. Our high hopes could be January, but then again, early 2013 could probably be like the first quarter, which would be like January, February, or March. But anyways, I'm gonna ballpark January, but until we hear an official word, please just take my words with a grain of salt. So I first want to thank everyone on Twitter and on Facebook asking me my opinions. What's my opinion on this? Is like, Trex, make a video. I definitely planned on it, and here it is right here. Here's the video. Thank you. I really, really love my fans. You guys keep me smiling. I will say that. You guys all keep me smiling. So, I was here watching it on Twitch TV, which, by the way, thank you, SOE, for doing that, for creating the twitch.tv live streams for all the keynote speeches and especially the DCUO tournament, which was fantastic. I plan on talking to Larry Liberty if I can get his email and haunt him. So DLC 6 called Home Turf. This is the gem of this is the fact that we have player housing that the game is calling the layer system. I'm reading from the semi-looking press release. This is what Jens Anderson posted on the official website. So I'm feeding off of this a little bit, and I'm also feeding off of some of the feedback that, of course, when you go to the forums, a new big news like this is like, well, you're going to expect like maybe 5 threads. Sure enough, there's like multiple threads, but the biggest one that I like reading at least was in fact created. Let me actually find it because I lost it. How horrible of me. Please tell me it didn't get dropped down to the second page. God, are you kidding me? Oh, sure enough, it got dropped down to the second page. That's horrible. Poor comics fan, because he's the one that created it. And, well, actually, I don't even see it. That's weird. But I'll start talking. I'll continue to talk because you guys like to hear me talk. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of other threads as well, but it was comics was the biggest one. There, here it is. I found it. So I'm actually reading off of 2 separate pages here, but let me go ahead and go straight into. Let me give you the overall view for the DLC. Player layers. The layer will offer several exciting things for players. The first is a theme. Themes give the layer a sense of location, like a sewer or a penthouse, and an anchor to a persistent entrance in Gotham City or Metropolis. Layers will be fully customizable spaces, and you can collect props while playing, and then you can decorate your lair. These items will be tradable, creating a secondary marketplace for players. So that'll be a new place in the broker, and then in the coming weeks they'll definitely be going into more topics about that. So, player layers. I know a couple of people on Twitter. I know especially Ravencroft actually wanted to know what I was going to do. What I'm going to be. I'm going to be in Gotham City because Black Ember is Batman as his mentor, so I'm going to stick with that little role, and I'm going to be in Gotham City. I have to say, the penthouse is tempting. It's very tempting. The themes that they gave was a sewer or a penthouse, but of course you can have like a little Batcave looking thing. So the Batcave might be an option as well, but I think I'm going to lean towards the penthouse. Maybe have a little goldfish aquatic area, you know. So I'm quite enthused with this. So yeah, there's my theme. It's going to be a penthouse in Gotham City. Woo woo. The mainframe and generators. Every layer is going to have a mainframe that can be upgraded by the player. The mainframe upgrades give you access to incredible layer features like allies and technologies, which can be used in combat throughout the game. The mainframe abilities offer a whole new array of tactics. Players will gain passive abilities and active powers that they can bring to battle. And then generators are the power that keeps the layer running. By powering your generator, you can set up amenities normally only found in HQs or safe houses. Once you have home turf, it'll be up to you to which amenities and how many you want to maintain in your layer. But the options are at your fingertips. The team will be sharing more news in the mainframes as days get closer to it and everything. Okay. So mainframe and generators, I'm actually going to wait and talk about that a little later because that's going to sum up how I feel about other stuff as well. Layer battles. This right here is going to be, this is for you PvPers out there, and Super Patriot's going to love this. This is where home turf sets itself apart from the normal housing systems. Player will be able to do battle in each of others' layers. Layer duels will match players up to fight. These battles will be around the base and feel like an extended one-on-one battle inside of one of the combatants' layers. Nothing more fun, than trashing someone else's layer to bits. Yeah, looky there. So this is going to be a round base. Like if Super Patriot and I were doing a duel, first round may be his lair, and then the next round will be my lair. So I guess if you win, you have to win both, or a tie, and it goes back and forth or something. Again, more information on that will be delivered in weeks to come. This is now also new missions. Home Turf will introduce new adventures in some of the most iconic locations in the game. New missions and content have been created for the interiors and exteriors of Ace Chemical, Strikers Island, Steelworks, and Arkham Asylum. This is the first time we actually get to do anything around Steelworks that's pertinent. So there you go. I'm sidebarring this a little bit. People want new content. This is new content. Strikers Island, what can you do in Strikers Island? You're only doing the Toyman missions. Boom. Strikers Island now has a nice little thing for it. On the exterior, possibly. Steelworks as well. Steelworks is just an area that you go there and collect. There's nothing really to do there. Now there is. Arkham Asylum, that's the island. Ace Chemicals, look at there. New content. True. It's not raid, but hey, new content. There will be daily missions for the high-end players for each of these locations. The content inside and out will be solo in nature. Of course, you can group for them. And then that's pretty much it. So let me actually backtrack a little bit. Mainframe and generators. A lot of people on the forums are really scared for the fact that the generators may have to cost rent. Yeah, I mean, we're already paying rent for the utility belts. People are afraid that they're going to have to use the generators. You're going to have to pretty much pay a monthly stipend. So I want to look at it like, I'm going to treat it like this. We have the Marks of Triumph. For people who are leveling, it's going to get a little hectic, so you're going to have to see yourself managing your Marks of Triumph a little better. For people who have been playing this game very long time and just have stacks upon stacks of Triumph, this isn't going to be a problem for y'all. I can tell you that now if it does go to that. Now, of course, there is no official word. This is all speculation, but yeah, with generators, I can see them doing a monthly stipend for keeping your generators up. I can see that. For the mainframes are pretty much, I don't think they're really going to have a stipend monthly fee for that. But the generators, I can see it. It may or may not happen, but I can see it. Now, how much Marks of Triumph they're going to cost? Hell, I really do not know. That's probably going to be a bit. I mean, the fourth slot for the utility belt is 625 Marks of Triumph, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. So, generators might be that same expensive, but it also may depend on how much stuff you're running in there. I mean, it might actually run with the utility belt formula a little bit, or you have your generator, your basic generator, and it has 4 slots. Well, the 4 slots are all there, and it's going to cost you this amount of Marks of Triumph to maybe unlock them. I don't know. This is all, again, speculation, guys. Speculation. This is me being crazy, huh? Me being crazy Trex. The lair battles, the one-on-one duels. A lot of people on the forums again they're a little up in arms a little bit that they feel that the one-on-one battles like this should have just been like a mass worldwide thing. Like it happened. I mean, we're already dueling in the watchtowers, in the Hall of Dooms, in front of police stations, inside police stations. We're already dueling everywhere. This lair dueling system seems to be a lot better. It gives you a different spin on it, so to speak. And I feel that's exactly what it needs to be. The whole destroying the lairs, you never know. Our lairs might have traps. We might have traps. How awesome would that be? Just all of a sudden I show up and see your Patriots like, no, look at his Fortress of Solitude. I'm just going to wreck the whole place. Oh, it's so crystal. Everything's crystal. All of a sudden, crystal turns into a turret. Oh no, I'm getting destroyed. Come on. I own PvP, and if you want a one-on-one duel, fine. Head over there, have a gentleman's duel. No sodas, no supercharge. Have that stuff in the Watchtower Hall of Doom. Lairs, I think I'll be okay with having traps. I really think I would. And new missions. Again, this is new content. People feel that this DLC is lackluster, just like DLC 5 was lackluster. I'm definitely going to have to disagree. This is introducing 4 exteriors and interiors for 4 well-known locations that no one really goes to. Now we have a reason to go to it. Now, sure, people are like, oh, where's the next tier? There's no new tier? There's no new raid? Oh, man, this is bogus, man. I'm going to go somewhere else. No, don't go anywhere else. Sit your tail back in your chair, log into the game, and have some fun with this. All right? Truly, with in-game, yeah, you want to do the highest tier raid, you want to get the gear, and you're going to call it a day. Well, this is something new. This is giving us more stuff to do to earn marks and earn stuff here and there. Now, of course, these are just new missions. These are new daily missions. And I'm not upset that there's no new raid. I am not upset. There's no reason for me to be upset. I'm a raider, but I'm okay with not having a new raid all of a sudden. Now, I mean, now, there's another argument, the fact that people feel that this should be an update and not a DLC. Jens Anderson has gone into this thread and shut people down. He shut one person down and shut him up pretty good, where I was taken back a little bit. I was really taken aback, and this is exactly where it was fed. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm going to say exactly what the OP said and then what Yin said. The original poster said DLC 6 at its current state shouldn't even be a DLC. It should be the next GU. But like I said, scraping every penny they can. This is what Yins has said. If this is truly how you feel, we will never be able to satisfy you and you should move on. Sorry, but you're being completely unrealistic in what you think a DLC should be. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine, just look at the back of your hand. Imagine that there is a face connected to the back of that hand. And there is a movement and even a sound effect. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We call that the smackdown. That's exactly what Yins did. And it's true. This DLC, there are other games like, I think Rift is coming in and their patch, for free. Their patch is coming in and it's going to have player housing. This is a DLC. We have to pay the $14.99 for free to premium. Legendaries get it for free. We're having to practically pay for this DLC for player housing. I'm okay with that. I am okay. If it was... Now, I mean, let's look at the scope of what this DLC has. Now, also remember that this is what was announced. It didn't really go into truly specifics. It just said what was announced. All right? So, we have player housing. We have new missions to 4 locations. All right? 4 locations. Pretty much a small little PvP thing for lairs. And then, I mean, the lairs itself has its own separate content. if they were going to do player housing by itself, player housing, just the player housing and the items with it, game update. That's a game update. Player housing with the one-on-one layers. Okay, we're looking into maybe a game update closer to kind of, I can even go with being a game update. That can go with the game update. But the fact that it's going to have also 4 locations of new content, yeah, this is a DLC. The 4 locations in itself. The 4 locations by itself, yeah, the 4 locations by itself, that's a game update. All right, but you're looking at all of this combined, that's a DLC. Now there are even a poster that gave the listing of all the DLCs that came out, and let me see if I can actually find it right here. So all 6 DLCs. All right, let's look at see what they are. DLC 1, new power set, new alerts, new gear, new weapons. All right. DLC 2, new power set, new city, new gear. Okay. DLC 3, new power set, new gear, new raids. Okay. DLC 4, new weapon, PvP based content. All right. DLC 5, new content, semi-new gear and weapons, and then Legends tunes, which DLC 4 also had Legends tunes as well. So the way this poster feels is that it's that they started big, and then they're dwindling themselves down more and more, just knocking themselves down more and more. And if you're going to look at that kind of scope, that's a broad range. That's a broad range. I feel that on the DCUO SourceCast, on the podcast I'm partnered up with Super Patriot, I feel that we might actually take a whole show, just a whole hour and a half, 2-hour show, and just talk about each and every DLC and what all came into it, and see how much was fit into this DLC, and let's truly see how each one was buckled down. Each one, if it was less and less and less. Okay? That's going to take some planning too, because I feel like that needs to be said. But I mean, DLC 6 has the layer system, the player housings with its own items. It has PvP with it, and then we have 4 new locations. Now, how many daily missions that these 4 locations are going to have? Not sure. How many missions do you want for the new locations? Do you want 5 missions for each place? Do you want 2 missions for each place? Do you want 10 or 20 new missions for these places? I don't know. I would be very comfortable with having 5 missions for each of those places. Look, that's 20 missions right there. 20 missions. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with 5. 20 missions for each one. If you want to just split it somehow with interior and exterior. Now at the same time, we don't know if each of the 4 locations are going to have missions for interior and exterior. I actually believe that they said the interior for these 4 are actually going to be like solo challenges. 4 new challenge modes that we could possibly looking into. Possibly. And then the exterior just be more open world content. That, of course, that they're still working on because of what happened with the operations, but it's okay. My base is on DLC 6 when I heard it right then and there. Watching the Twitch channel, just my jaw dropped, went straight to Twitter, went to just want to go out to the streets like, yeah, we got player housing. I don't know what that is, but woo! I played World of Warcraft. We never had player housing. Never. Their Rift is starting to have it. I think Eve has it or something. I have never played a game that had player housing. Am I upset about it? No. But because it's something new for me as a player in my favorite new MMO, then yeah, I am completely excited to see how it's going to be. And by the way, the devs listened. The devs listened. You guys wanted your own secret base. You got it. You got it. Hell, a future, another DLC coming out next year. Guess what? It's going to have a league base for all your leagues. Yeah, they're listening. They're always listening. So, if you're going to get the DLC, awesome. If not, then you're missing out. You really are. Now, before people start going to comments about it, I'm sure people are actually just listen to the first 5 minutes and start commenting away. It's like, are you going to do test server stuff? Whenever the test server is online, I am online. Well, I'm going to try to be, at least. I mean, let's be realistic. I have a job. Don't like it, though, but you guys are helping me. You guys are helping me a lot, though. But yes, I will be on the test server whenever DLC 6 comes on. I'm going to bribe my way into trying to go to Austin and really just try and sit down with these guys, because I also want to talk to some other talk about other things as well, not just DLCs, but future plans and all that. Well, stuff that really can't give away. But I mean, that's my hope right now. I'm gonna have to try and bribe Yins or something, maybe Meps, and it's like, hey, let me go to Austin. Come on, let me come to the office. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's me for DLC 6 Home Turf. Thank you all for listening. And yes, I'm completely excited for this DLC. I'm sure you guys want to know about the other DLCs too, aren't you? Well, this video turned out to be a little bit longer than expected. And, I'm sorry that there wasn't really even a video. It's just really a logo, isn't it? But don't worry. I think I might have to do another video just to talk about the other DLCs. Or, actually, I'm not even going to do a video for that. You guys can be sure to check myself and Super Patriot, who is over at youtube.com/thedaddy'shouse. We run a podcast called the DCUO SourceCast, and we do it's pretty much a weekly podcast that we try at least bring one out a week. And you can tune into the podcast. We'll be doing a live stream on, let me check the date real fast so everybody knows. We'll be doing a live stream. Actually, pay attention to my Twitter at ThisIsTrex, or on my Facebook, so I can make sure to tell people the dates, because we don't know when we're going to actually do our next live stream, our live podcast, I should say, over on my Twitch channel. But on the podcast, I'll definitely be talking. We'll be going into more stuff on DLC 6 and also the next 3 DLCs that were mentioned at SOE Live, and possibly more information that we found at SOE that was explained at SOE Live, I should say. So thank you all so much for listening in, and I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you found this very informative. If not, then I do apologize. True, I did read just straight from what Yins posted, but I also gave my feedback on it, which you all love my feedback. I know you do. So thank you all for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. And I'll see you guys next time. And I'll see you guys next time. And I'll